everyone. Today is it's Ask Away Wednesday. We're going to answer some questions about data security, ALTR, Snowflake, some of those use cases around our tokenization product. The specific question today is, what is tokenization as a service? We hear a lot about tokenization. You don't often hear it with the AAS acronym at the end. What is tokenization as a service, James?
It's a way to consume, very similar to what all SaaS products do, right? They remove the overhead and the burden of having to maintain and scale a system. So going back to no software, those little pins, from the early days of Salesforce, tokenization as a service is exactly what it sounds like. ALTR has been tokenizing and protecting data for long enough now to know how to automatically scale up and down workloads, especially as you think about an analytics platform like Snowflake, which is very bursty in its usage and needs. And so if you do not have a tokenization as a service like solution, you're either having to build it to auto scale itself, or you build it too small so that you choke on your large Snowflake queries, or you pay too much money keeping it very large, much larger instances, clusters of everything, just so when that one out of 57 queries comes in, you have enough horsepower there to operate it. So tokenization as a service, first and foremost, is the fastest and easiest and cheapest way that you can implement tokenization and still get all the benefits, because you're not having a lot of the overhead in there. The other thing that I'll say with tokenization as a service is some folks say, well, one reason I like some of the on-prem tokenization solutions is I get to control the data, right? I have my hands around it. And so that doesn't mean that you can't have similar like functionality from a tokenization as a service provider. For example, at ALTR, we allow you to bring your own encryption key. So if you want to share an encryption key with ALTR, when we receive your data and have to ultimately store it in certain different formats and different ways, we encrypt that data with the key that you provide. If you revoke that key from us, we no longer will have access to your data. And so you can gain the same levels of control over that. ALTR is a level 1 PCI DSS certified platform. We're a SOC 2 type 2 platform and a HIPAA platform. So we tokenize as a service today, health information, credit card information, banking information, PII, all of that. And everything gets audited and there's attestations to show that, if you do revoke that key that you send to us, that the data is not accessible. So it's really the only way that you're going to be able to add tokenization into your Snowflake workloads in any reasonable amount of time and price point.
Yep. I want to kind of expand on one of the words that you used to describe kind of the difference of workload on the analytical platforms, and that was bursty, right? And so we have a customer who 85% of their Snowflake usage throughout the day happens at exactly 4:30 in the morning. And why is that? Well, that's because at 4:30 in the morning, Tableau wakes up, generates a bunch of reports out of Snowflake talking about yesterday's sales, gets them ready for the Tableau environment, and sends off some emails. That represents 85% of the usage for the day. And if you're not using a cloud-based solution to secure the data, whatever solution you are using, a cloud-based SaaS solution to secure the data that's capable of auto-scaling, whatever other solution that you are using is probably flat. And so you're paying for that flat capacity while Tableau is not consuming it, or whatever else is not consuming it. And so you really end up in a situation where it can be quite costly, and also it can be handcuffs for the business. We've seen a number of companies now where their data security, their external data security platform is not able to scale with the business, which is preventing the business from adopting really robust analytical platforms like Snowflake. And so you can really get yourself into a situation by not choosing the architecture that matches the data warehouse.
Yeah, I'll say just one last thing, and maybe a little bit provocative, and I'm sure some people will tell me that I'm wrong, and that's okay. That's the point of this. I maintain that your data is safer tokenizing it with ALTR than doing it yourself with some kind of on-premise solution. If you don't believe me, go to DEF CON this year, go look at all the exploits that the people are presenting, and 99% or maybe even 100% of them are exploiting on-premise software, because SaaS companies like ALTR spend more money and time focusing on our security, because that's all we have to do. And then you will, like, our budget to secure our infrastructure is more than yours, unless you're a huge bank or something. But that is, I maintain that it is, your data is safer with a tokenization-as-a-service provider, and it's more usable. If you don't believe me, comment below. Let's have a discussion, or just try to go use it and try to break it.
You would never write your own SSL library to complete an Amazon.com transaction. You trust that the SSL library that's written already works. So hope that answers the question. I know this was a little bit of a longer one, but if not, go ahead and comment, respond to James's provocative topic, or and we'll be here next week. Thank you, everybody.